Elite Facts presents
10 shocking animal attack stories.
10.
In April of 2008, cousins Stephen and Randy Miller, who were also trainers, were practicing routine maneuvers for a video with a 5-year-old grizzly bear named Rocky when it suddenly pounced on Stephen. Rocky bit Stephen on the neck and viciously threw him around like a rag doll. The incident itself only lasted a few seconds, as Rocky was able to be subdued by handlers using bamboo sticks and pepper spray. Unfortunately, however, Stephen had wounds that turned out to be fatal, as he soon bled to death at the scene before paramedics could reach him. Stephen was just 39 years old and left behind a wife and 2 children.
9.
In April of 2016, 38-year-old Stacy Conweiser was attacked and killed by a 13-year-old male Malaysian tiger at Palm Beach Zoo. Her death was the first fatality in the zoo's 60-year history. According to reports, Conweiser had been preparing for the evening shift. She was cleaning the lair where the tigers slept as well as feeding the felines. Unfortunately, someone left the gate open, thus allowing the tigers to pounce on her. Friends often referred to Conweiser as a tiger whisperer. She spoke to the felines in a language that only they could understand. Unfortunately, the same endangered animals that she had dedicated her life to protecting ultimately killed her.
8.
In 2012, a trainer at Kolmarden Wildlife Park decided to go in and clean up the wolves' den. Before she left, she informed her colleagues of where she would be. As crazy as it sounds to do a job like that, it was apparently a part of their routine that was designed to, quote, maintain contact with the wolves. According to witnesses, the trainer and longtime zoo employee followed all the procedures mandated by the park. When she didn't return, her colleagues became concerned and decided to check on her. To their surprise, they found the 30-year-old woman dead from an apparent mauling by 8 wolves that she had raised from birth.
7.
In February of 2010, Dawn Brancheau, a SeaWorld Orlando trainer, was killed after a killer whale attacked her during a Dine with Shamu performance. The whale, who was called Tilikum, reportedly yanked at Dawn's ponytail before dragging her down to the bottom of the pool. Witnesses said that by the time Tilikum and the trainer were underwater, he had her by the waist and the pool quickly turned red.
6.
Tatyana, a 243-pound, 4-year-old Siberian tiger at the San Francisco Zoo, escaped from her open-air enclosure and severely injured 2 brothers by the names of Amritpal and Kulbir Dhaliwal, and also killed a man by the name of Carlos Eduardo Sousa Jr. His body was found near the tiger grotto by a zoo employee who reported that he saw the victim's throat severely punctured. It was reported later that Sousa suffered blunt force trauma to the head and neck, which ultimately caused his death. There were also punctures and scratches on his head, neck, and chest.
5.
In 2001, journalist and Chronicle executive editor Phil Bronstein suffered a serious foot injury after he was attacked by a Komodo Dragon during a visit to a Los Angeles zoo. Bronstein was wearing white tennis shoes during his visit, and he was initially told by the zookeeper to take them off, as the dragon might mistake them for the white rats that zookeepers usually feed to it. The dragon's jaws crushed the casing of Bronstein's big toe. He had to undergo surgery to reattach severed tendons.
4.
In March of 2002, famous stage magicians Siegfried and Roy performed for what would be one of their last times on stage. Roy Horn was bitten on the neck by a 600-pound white Bengal tiger named Manticore during a performance at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Horn luckily survived the attack, but was in critical condition for several weeks after. It was reported that Horn suffered a stroke and partial paralysis, and doctors had to remove 1/4 of his skull during an operation called a decompressive craniectomy to remove pressure off of his swelling brain. The duo made a short comeback in 2010 after this incident, before retiring from onstage performing for good.
3.
At the Goodall Institute in South Africa, Andrew Oberly was studying chimp behavior. According to reports, Oberly was able to bypass 2 safety fences so that he could get close enough to the chimps to study them further. Now, this is in no way the chimp's fault, as the blame simply falls on this idiot. He was left fighting for his life after being bitten and dragged for half a mile. His parents asked the hospital not to disclose the extent of their son's injuries, but reports have leaked saying that the victim lost his fingers and toes and that his arms were exposed to the bone.
2.
94-year-old Phyllis Johnson was busy hanging up her washing to dry outside when a kangaroo appeared out of nowhere and knocked her off her feet. The kangaroo then proceeded to kick her several times. The woman tried to fend the kangaroo off with a broom, but to no avail. All she had left to do was crawl to safety as her son used pepper spray in an attempt to subdue the beast. Johnson was rushed to the hospital after the attack that caused her several bruises and severe bleeding.
1.
We all know about this incident, and even though we know about it, it's still just as shocking as it was when it was first reported. We all knew who Steve Irwin, aka the Crocodile Hunter, was. He was loved by many for his environmentalist causes, as well as his work as a television personality. Unfortunately, he was killed after being fatally pierced in the chest by a stingray barb while filming an underwater documentary film called Ocean's Deadliest. He was said to have almost died instantly, with his last words being, "I'm dying." Irwin was only 44 years old when he died.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more elite facts.